Starting lineup for the business.
Well, Greg, we're in the final stages of the regular season. For teams that are on the outside looking in, what are these final games like?
You have to continue to play hard because GMs are watching these games, seeing who packs it in and who continues to grind. So your future is at stake.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Jonas Valanciunas, Jake Crowder out there with Hachimura. Then it's Paul George, and it's Henderson in at the point guard. Henderson. That shot off. Good D by Harden. And so it's Harden bringing it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, and the jam by Embiid.
And it's no secret that Embiid enjoys the spotlight. When he gets a chance to show off some, he seizes it.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. George with the bucket.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Embiid with the screen on George. Knocked loose. Stolen by Henderson. Over Harden. Henderson, no good.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Gets it to go. That one good for Melton.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others. And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I could settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Personal foul. First team foul.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in.
And just to contest, a big man like Valanciunas putting a hand up makes that shot incredibly difficult.
Well, Greg, what can you say about Joel Embiid's growth from a leadership perspective? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Tremendous, Kevin. Carrying the Sixers with everything they went through. Even though he came in second in MVP voting 2 years in a row, no player more important to his team than Joel Embiid. You're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
A nice shot by George.
Yeah, Paul George, too nice from that distance. Just gets up there with confidence and knocks that one down.
The 76ers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Henderson against Harden. Pass to Melton. Here's Embiid. 5 to shoot. A fadeaway. Paul George grabs the miss. Here's Henderson. He can't get that one to fall. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Here's Harris. Nice D from Valanciunas.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
And yes, it's good.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
Now here's Harden. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Feeds it to Harris. Portland grabs the miss.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time. If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Harden the pass to Harris. Harris missing again. Portland trailing here. Henderson kicks to George. Shoots the 3. And it's Melton with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
There's the dish to Embiid. And the jam by Harden.
And with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. And it's Montrezl Harrell in for P.J. Tucker. Grant for 3. Portland again missing. And So Harden will bring it up for Philadelphia. It's a three-point game coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure, and that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
It took just a little bit of time, but once they figured out the D on that night, man, their offense was rolling.
It's almost as if there's a lid on the hoop for him right now. He still hasn't gotten one to fall in the quarter.
For three, Harris. Highland with the rebound.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Well, seeing Jeremy Grant at his size getting out on the break in full sprint, collecting and finishing.
Now, here is Harden. Turned in an outstanding game against Minnesota.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Simons from outside. Offensive rebound. That gives them the lead.
Well, he's so active. You got to box Grant out. When the shot goes up, he'll get to the offensive glass, and he rises up off the floor pretty quick.
Here's Melton. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Fires the three. Highland's shot is good.
Simons playing unselfish. That's going to help this team get in a great rhythm.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Harden, there's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Sean. He's guarding closely, and they pick up two.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Harden's shot is off. He gets it up. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. The Trailblazers out in front, leading by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And take a look at the Trailblazers' performance. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Jeremy Grant is out there with Hayes. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Anthony Simons. And it's Henderson in at the point. Now here's Embiid. He had a big outing in that Timberwolves game as well. Dedmon a screen. Moves back up. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Dedmon got himself into position, and that position was just enough, and he grabbed the rebound.
So for the Trailblazers, Valanciunas comes in for Hayes. And Rui Hachimura subbed in for Grant. And home court advantage can give teams a huge lift. Greg, how different is it playing in front of the hometown fans?
It's huge. I mean, they give you energy. You don't want to let them down, so you tend to dig a little deeper when you're playing at home.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Henderson passes to George. And again, it's Portland converting.
Paul George spotted up, spacing the floor, and cashes in.
The 3 from Harden. And it's Portland with the rebound. Their last game, a win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
To the paint, here's Valanciunas, and it's in there. Valanciunas has got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
And Valanciunas has no problem showing up with that physical force and finishing through contact.
Dedmon a screen. Drives to the hoop. Melton finds Dedmon. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Embiid sets the pick for Harden. The 76ers with another miss.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough Keep going to him. See if he can find it.
Hits it from three-point range.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today. Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
And so it's Hachimura who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. And Tucker kicks to Embiid. Offensive rebound, Dedmon. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Well, if you don't box him out, you're a dead man.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Reedy's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Jay Crowder's checked in for Portland. Portland leading by 8. And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, GA, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin, but give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
And here's Melton after Paul George getting his 3 to go.
And who draws more fouls than Embiid? Very few players, if any. Too much size and really too much skill to defend.
And the 76ers making a change here. Harris is checked in.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Here's George. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. George has got 16 points. The 76ers trail by 11. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the basket by Harris.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Portland's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Here's George. And the rejection by Harden. Crowder finds Valanciunas. Now here's Simons. And the 3 off target.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
In the corner, it's Melton. Oh, good on the triple.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
George against Melton. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for the 76ers. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Reed.
And certain teams take on the attitude of their city. And over the years, Philadelphia has been one of them. The Sixers known for having tough teams, much like the town.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, guys. Now, Tobias Harris has been the leading scorer on teams in the NBA, but on the Sixers, he understands his role is different. He says, I'm not a guy who's going to press for looks. The ball's going to flow how it flows, and I just got to be ready when the opportunity comes my way. That's what winning basketball is all about. Kevin?
David, thank you. Now Melton. Paul George missing from long range. Harrell a screen on Simons. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Bamba's shot is off. And here's Portland. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Hachimura. Count that one. Hachimura's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers.
Great balances. Hachimura takes that hit and still converts.
Harden the pass to Melton. Harrell setting the pick for Melton. Rejected by Crowder. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Love to see PG getting into that zone, committed to find the points.
Here's Harden. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
This is his first free throw of the game. The first one falls.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
PJ Tucker, he's checked in for the 76ers. With the drive, it's hauled in by Harris.
Oh, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
And the dunk by Bamba.
You really couldn't ask for a better finisher for that play. Bamba able to go above and beyond there. It makes him a humongous target.
Here's Highland, and the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers enjoying a 12-point lead. All right, Dave, thank you.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Ice cold, frigid from beyond the arc. The question is now, can they shake it off?
Okay, now we've got some time to take a look at the Eastern Conference standings as the postseason comes into view.
You know, for Philadelphia, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. Harden out there with the Anthony Melton. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Melton passes to Embiid. Basket counts. Embiid's got 8 points.
And hit on the way up. Embiid's strong physically, but also mentally able to keep his focus.
It's Henderson on the wing, guarded by Harden. And Valanciunas kicks to Crowder. Stolen by Harden. Here we go, all alone. And it's sent back by George.
Well, in terms of wing defenders, PG might be in the top 5 in the league.
They get it back. Valanciunas. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. And the Trailblazers lead by 14. Harden with it. Now Valanciunas defending. Shakes him. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Harden. Harden's got 6 assists here tonight. Shot, high post. Henderson, no good. And it's Harden with the ball for Philadelphia. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back into this game.
George, no good. The 76ers trail by 12. Harris finds Tucker. Harris looking it over. Embiid against Valanciunas. Embiid, the pass to Harris. Kicks it out to Harden. 4 on the clock. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. George with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Portland shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Wayne Dedmon comes in for Embiid, and it's Reed in for P.J. Tucker. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Jackson Hayes comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Simons in for George.
All that athleticism from Tobias Harris showing that time.
Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Elbow shot is on the way. Jump shot is good that time. Henderson's got 9 points.
He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
And slam dunk by Harris.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Harden. Over the last month, getting it done. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership. And he does not disappoint. And the shot goes in.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Pass to Highland. There's the three. The three-pointer is right on target. He has 6.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
And the pass to Dedmon. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Shaedon Sharpe picks one up.
Surprisingly good mobility there from Dwayne Dedmon. Solid at using the length he has to pick up contact inside.
And the 76ers making a change here. Bamba's checked in. And then Sharpe with the dunk.
Oh, gritty play by Sharpe inside. Defense puts contact on the rookie, and he still gets it to fall.
The 76ers trail by 16. Harden scanning the floor.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Up top, Dedmon covered by Hayes. Here's Melton. It's rebounded by Hayes. Hayes has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
76ers have gone to even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. And since Tobias Harris got his big contract with the Sixers, Greg, some say they chose him over Jimmy Butler.
And while Tobias is nice, he's never been an all-star. And that's one of the few downsides to a big payday. Some might say he's overpaid. I'm sure he'll take the trade-off.
They get the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide-open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Melton, no good.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
The 76ers trail by 16. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Bamba. Nails the baby hook.
And you see Bamba on the offensive end. Very raw, but has potential, particularly from this range.
Here's Sharpe. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Sharpe's got 6.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Harden outside.
Portland foul.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Tobias Harris. Valanciunas, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Paul George comes in for Anthony Simons. Harden, that's good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Tucker. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Harden. Out to the right wing. Sharpe driving the lane. And then Sharpe with the dunk.
And good quickness there. Sharpe, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Over to the wing. Here's Tucker. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Trailblazers lead by 14. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter form.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Grant. Jay Crowder out there with Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Henderson in at the 1 spot. Valanciunas against Embiid. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
And guys, we've become accustomed to this. Embiid's a dynamic scorer who's comfortable shouldering the offensive load. I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Here's Henderson. It's Henderson on the wing. Puts it up from 17. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Yeah, it's so hard to move a mountain, trust me. Major damage on the boards being done by Valanciunas.
And so it's Harden bringing it up for the 76ers. We played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Three-pointer. Here's Tucker. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Tucker's got his first points of the night.
And we know about Harden's scoring abilities, but his team heavily relies on that vision and playmaking as well.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they needed to be aggressive. And boy, did he make them pay.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Chauncey Billups coaching up his team during that break. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Reedy's checked in for Harold. Harden against Henderson. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Embiid. Harden's got 10 points in just the second half. Here's Simons. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Length plus agility. Great recipe for blocking shots. Embiid's one of the best to do it. And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Here's Henderson. And the layup's good off the glass. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Harden the pass to Embiid. Second chance effort. Rejected by Crowder.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And that one's good by Henderson.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Reed a screen on Valanciunas. Embiid, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the three ball is good.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And here's Harden for three. That shot off. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Henderson, no good. The 76ers trail by 16. Harden with it. Now Valanciunas defending.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Pass to Harris. Shoots over Simons. Harris misses. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Henderson dishes to Valanciunas. Rebound by the 76ers. Melton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lobbed up there for Embiid. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you put the ball anywhere within a 3-foot radius of the rim, and Embiid's gonna go get it. And he's also coming with bad intentions.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for the 76ers. George is checked in for the Trailblazers. Good on the triple. George has got 23.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
And, guys, the fast break was run, I thought, beautifully all night by these guys. I think that was a big part of their success.
Yeah, they definitely ran the break well. A big advantage in that category, and they continually put pressure on the defense.
And these guys have played very well this season, and this win tonight, guys, will push their win column up to 55.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
It was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
Here's Harden. It's hauled in by George. Henderson passes to Crowder. It's deflected. And now Philadelphia on the break. Harden's got the ball. The offensive rebound. Embiid. And he makes good on the layup.
Energy points from Embiid. Takes up lots of space at 7 feet 280 and just dominates the boards on both ends.
Here's Henderson. Outside for George. From past the arc. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
You love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And Henderson throws it down hard.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you later.